Welcome back, everybody, to WWTA News. I'm so glad you all could join us again for more information and more news and more conversation. You know what we talk about here: finance, economics. We talk about crypto. You can always share your thoughts. That's why we got that comment box. But before we jump into any of this stuff, hey, let me get you all to hit that like button. I appreciate it if you can all do that. And also, if you got any family, friends, or loved ones who you think could use this information, feel free to share a link to them. Get them involved and get them in this space. Now, with that being said, let's start talking about some of the stuff going on. I know it's been a while, but look, I'm trying to get back in there. I've been working on some things, you know what I'm saying? So look, just work with me, bear with me, let's get through this. But our first article, it says Spike Lee on using NFTs to fund films. The horse is out. The horse is out the barn. Uh, okay. The storied filmmaker speaks with Decrypt about his new Mars Blackmon NFT and how Web3 can disrupt traditional film financing. Uh, how is this possible? Didn't we talk about this before? I believe we talked about NFTs and the potential of NFTs before. And so I'd like to share my thoughts again, right? I'm going to share my thoughts again because I love talking about this stuff. I love talking about NFTs because the untapped potential and from my thoughts and understandings at this time. So when I look at this, I say to myself, okay, let's think about this. Let's think about if you took a non-fungible token and you are making a movie and you say, okay, let me break this non-fungible, well, let me make, I don't know, let me make 1,000 or 5,000 non-fungible tokens um, um, that represent pretty much shares of a movie. All right. And I'm going to fund this movie, but I'm going to make these non fungible tokens that you can purchase, which your money, when you buy it, is going to give it value, right? So you're funding this movie. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So let's think about this. Let's say you got 5,000 non fungible tokens, and that's going to be 50% of the cost to make the movie, right? And then the other 50%, let's say you got it. You got the other 50%. So let's say the total to make this film is, I don't know, 10 million. So 50% of those 5,000 tokens, right? Eh, let's do 25,000 tokens, right? Let's break it down. So let's say you make it affordable for a lot of people at this point in time to become co shareholders of this film, right? This is awesome when you think about it. Just bear with me. Let's think about this, right? So let's just think about you holding 25,000 NFTs, which represent a piece of this movie, which is a total of 50% of the holdings of this movie, right? Or the creation of this movie, right? So the other 50% comes out of the person producing the movie. All right, that's cool. So let's say it represents $10 million, which is the budget for the film, and all that is now paid for because of the 25,000 NFTs, which had, let's say, a value of $500 a piece or $100 a piece. I don't know. Let's call it $1,000 a piece. I don't know. We're throwing numbers out there. Let's just say for the 25,000 and 1,000, well, that's a heck of a lot more money than we need. So let's say, I don't know, each one's worth $250. Let's say $250 per NFT. And so let's say I want two of those NFTs. I want two of them. So you buy two NFTs for this movie, right? And so that represents a stake to you in the movie, and you own a part of that movie because you got these NFTs for it. That's cool. Movie comes out, it's made, it makes profit, right? So the profit now, because that NFT has a contract with, let's just say in the contract they wrote that you're guaranteed with your NFT, you're guaranteed point 0.03% of the profit from the film, and 0.008 of royalties, right, for each NFT. I'm just throwing numbers out there. I don't actually know I'm just throwing numbers out there because this is the potential, right? This is the potential. This is getting good. Bear with me. So let's just say the potential is from the initial profits, you're going to get on that contract for the NFT, 0.03 or 0.003 percent in recoup, and then you're going to get 0.002 or 0.005 or 0.008. I don't know, just throw a number out there for royalties forever, right? So as long as you hold that NFT, that's what you're going to receive, right? And let's say you paid 250, right? And then for that 250, you get 0.003 initially, and then 0.002 royalties, or it's 0.001. I don't know, just throwing numbers out there. So that happens. So over the duration of you holding this, right, you're getting paid, and that's like a dividend. So that's income, right? So it's going to have to be reported, but it's already on the blockchain, so it's going to be reported. So you're getting income from that, all right? So not only is that amazing in itself that you're a co-owner, right, but you're getting dividends, right, on it. You're getting royalties on it, and that's forever as long as you got that NFT. So don't lose it. Keep up with your wallets, right? So then think about heirlooms that you're passing down the generations. You're passing wealth that's continuing to grow itself, right, over these years. You know what I'm saying? It's no different than when you talk about music or anything else in the entertainment space, right? Let's just imagine that not only are you getting those royalties, and the royalties could increase over time, who knows? But not only are you getting that, but let's just say 10 years down the road, the value of that NFT increases. So where it was $250 when you initially got it, let's just say now, because it's like a rarity, people have lost. This is going to happen, so prepare yourselves for it. Let's say people have lost their NFTs from losing their wallets, right? Or corrupted files or something, and they lost their wallets. But you still hold yours because you were smart enough to keep up with it and manage it better, right? So let's just say you're holding your NFT, and now after 10 years, because so many have been lost, the supply and the demand's changed, right? Because there's actually like, only, I don't know, 8,000 of them left, right? So there's 8,000 of those NFTs that are actually floating. And let's just say out of the 8,000 that exist, there's only, I don't know, 2,500 ever on the exchange. You know what I'm saying? So the rarity has increased. So let's just say initially it was $250 you paid for that NFT, for that share of that movie, right? Now, 10 years later, let's just say that NFT is worth, I don't know, $25,000, $30,000. You know what I'm saying? So then you say, as an heirloom that you pass down, what's the chances that it's going to continue to lessen the amount that's on the exchange, that can never be on the exchange because they ever exist, right? They've not been corrupted or lost. You know what I'm saying? So when you look at that over a duration of time, value and inheritance comes into play. So that's something interesting that I think about when I see stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But let's continue. All right, so we've got an article here that says Arthur Hayes was sentenced to 2 years probation and has got 6 months house arrest. Okay? So it says Arthur Hayes has been sentenced to 2 years of probation plus 6 months of home confinement for violating the U.S. Bank Secrecy Act. What is this guy doing, right? What is he doing, right? KYC, right? Is this KYC? Did this guy, you know what I'm saying, is he breaking the rules with money laundering? You know what I'm saying? Is he not paying attention? So look, this article says a U.S. court in New York has sentenced BitMEX co-founder Arthur Hayes for violating the U.S. Bank Secrecy Act by failing to comply with anti-money laundering protocols, right? I mean, look, he's in this situation because he wasn't following the rules of a system that exists. The system exists. There's rules in this system that we have to abide by in order to operate in the system. You can't operate in this system without operating by those rules because that's the rules of it. Doesn't matter if I like it, doesn't matter if you like it, doesn't matter. These rules exist. So for him to not comply, well, yeah, that is why he would find himself in such a predicament. Does this mean that it's all over for cryptocurrency? No, it just means that you've got to follow the rules that exist because there's anti-money laundering protocols and there's a reason for that. So that's crazy, you know what I'm saying? Before anybody says anything, oh, it's like nobody's picking at them. That's just how it goes, you know what I'm saying? You know, they got rules. You got to keep up with them rules and follow them. That's why we got to pay taxes on cryptos, you know what I'm saying? This ain't nothing new. This is just what it is. All right, but let's continue. We got an article here that says South African Central Bank mulls digital rand to streamline cross-border payments. Says here South African Central Bank's Deputy Governor Kuben Naidu said a digital rand could reduce the cost of cross-border payments for banks. This news comes on the heels of South Africa conducting small scale experiments with a wholesale central bank issue digital currency, CBDC, in 2021. SARB also teamed up with the Central Bank of Malaysia, Singapore, and Australia to run a cross border pilot. Before the digital rand's development can go any further, regulators must test it on a larger scale and create a legal framework for its use. Naidu added that SARB is still learning and experimenting. All right, so you know my opinion with central bank digital currencies. I think technically it's a good idea, but at the same token, it's like stablecoins do that, especially if they're using native currencies to give their stablecoin its value and its backing and its authority. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, they can do that, but there are and this particularly would work if they needed something to back their currency. Like if they're going to back their currency with something and then they're going to make their currency digital, then I can see why them making their own works, because nobody wants to trust in anybody else's currency. So yes, you could do this and it would make sense. But you also, if you don't have anything backing your currency, there are stable coins that have currency that backs them. So you can also use that. But if you got something to back your currency, this makes sense. So it makes sense that South Africa would be working on that. All right, makes sense. I got it. I understand. All right, we got another article here. Goldman Sachs says the crypto crash will have a small impact on the U.S. Crypto crash? Why? The 2022 crypto crash has deleted approximately $1 trillion from the market capitalization of the nascent sector. Now look. Ooh, right? So scary. So look, 1 trillion, right? Okay. Well, we had an all-time high over 2 trillion. We've been to the bottom, and look, we still at the bottom. Even at 2 trillion, we at the bottom. Over 400 trillion dollars worth of value exists in the world. So what is 2 trillion? It's a drop in the bucket. So why are we even concerned about Goldman Sachs? Goldman Sachs is always trying to pull the wool over your eyes so they can come in, creep up from behind, and snatch everything up. Do you look? We just read an article where institutions are actually taking advantage of this stuff. So why would you listen? You know, this is crazy. Like they're really trying to spook you out. Ooh, run, run. You know what I'm saying? All right, we got another one. I think we'll close out with the House bill that aims to protect Bitcoin retirement accounts from the federal ban. The new bill would block any attempts by the Department of Labor to restrict access to Bitcoin and 401k plans. Hey, look, I mean, 401k plans, if they're trying to use Bitcoin, it just lets you know again, institutions are all over this stuff. So don't be fooled. Don't be fooled. This stuff ain't going nowhere. You're looking at a dry moment that you could take advantage of, and you're also looking at the institutions taking advantage of it. So look, I'm gonna close with that right there. I hope you all enjoyed the video. You can always get in the comments down below, post your comments, share your thoughts and ideas. Again, if you hadn't hit that like button for me. And remember, you can share this to family, friends, and loved ones so that they can get into the space and understand what's going on themselves as well. Thank you, and I'll catch you in the next one.